What's up everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm super excited for today's video, day 5 of my sewing marathon. So we've got a lot of stuff to do today. So I'm just guesstimating, prepare yourself for a extra long sewing vlog today. So first off, we've got the famous Simplicity stripe pants that have aired in so many of my videos. Simplicity 8957, this fabric, you saw last vlog, I focused a lot on those pants, so I've just got a couple of things on those left. Next, we've got the Simplicity 8699 skirt, this corduroy skirt. You can see it hanging up there. I've got kind of the shell put together, and a lot of love needs to go into this. So the pants are by far what I have most done. This is second to most done. Next, we start kind of getting into the barely done territory, but luckily it's two very easy jackets, this one and this one. So this one I really sewed on, I think it was vlog day 3 is when I sewed the most of that. Yesterday, didn't sew anything on that. This one, yesterday, I just put it up for the first time, sewed the sleeves. So that's really all I got going for this Simplicity 8741. But it's a super simple pattern. It's got a liner, so I don't really need to worry about a lot of those inside seams. So that's what we got going on for that. Lastly, we have that McCall's pattern. It is McCall's 7847, something I've sewn a million billion times. I've sewn this, I want to say at least 3 other times. So this is my 4th. So I'm not too concerned about not finishing that. I've sewn that many times. I've sewn that many times. I've sewn the skirt only once before, and then the pants I've sewn twice before. So it's a bunch of stuff I'm familiar with. It's just about time management. So I think what I want to start off today sewing is that. Haven't touched it yesterday, so I'm ready. I think I'm going to focus on the 2 jackets first. And let's get into it. Progress update on the 2 jackets. So I sewed the under collar and upper collar on this one. I still need to go in and trim all these seams. That's why it's kind of bulky over here. But I have that on. I also serged it. So I've kind of got that look going. I still need the facing piece, the inside front liner, and then the sleeves, which are all just kind of piled right there. Just kind of chilling. This look, the shell is coming together. I've got the back piece and front piece together at the shoulder seam and then at the side seam. So that's kind of it for this jacket. Plus I was working on the liner a little bit, and I also did, even though this is probably extremely hard to see, the back liner is sewn together at the back seam. So that's the little progress update on those looks. All right, progress update on these 2. So I had to put a sweatshirt on because I'm absolutely freezing. So the corduroy skirt, that's basically this giant piece of fabric. I serged the raw edge for the hem so I can hem it, and then I've been working on the waistbands. I just did a quick serge on the waistbands, so now I can attach the waistbands to each other and attach the waistbands to this, kind of getting the pieces ready per se. Same with the pants. So I hemmed the waistband, or not hemmed, serged right here on the waistband of the pants to get rid of the raw edges, and then kind of went to town serging on this bad boy. So serged all the seams, the pockets. What you're seeing that's not serged is a huge wad mess. This is the waistband that I'm gonna serge it, but I'm gonna wait till I put on the waistband and do it all then. But so I've got like the center back seam serged. I went ahead and sewed the inseam, serged that. I've got the outer leg seam serged. I went around the pockets and serged them. So yeah, everything's serged and nice and neat and clean on this, except for the waistband, which I will work on when I attach the waistband. So these garments are two completely different garments, but kind of in the same, like, progress stage, I guess. This just looks like a jumble of fabric, but I promise it's a skirt. So we've got the waistband that needs to attach to the skirt, the waistband that needs to attach to the pants. Then this, I really don't know which one I want to work on. I'm really excited for all of them. So it's kind of a toss-up of what do I want to work on first. Because now I'm getting to the stage where I'll work on one, really focus, as you hear Lucy running by, really focus on that and finish it. So maybe one of these two, I don't know. I guess you'll see on my next update. Okay, let's talk about some updates here. Pants are pretty much done. I did the top stitching here. I put the waistband on. I did some top stitching just, around the waistband to get it more stable, I guess you could say. It still needs to be pressed. There still needs to be a closure put on. It still needs to be hemmed. And all the threads need to be cut. So that's that. I think I'm just going to do a little hook and eye detail there. Press it. Trim everything. And hem it. And then we will be done with these pants. But I was like, meh, I'm not gonna finish that today, which I'll kind of explain at the end of today's video. So moving over to the corduroy skirt, the part of the waistband that will show is connected, so I attached that to the waistband. This still needs to be attached. Went ahead and serged this on just to make that complete. So what this progress on this, the waistband needs to be complete. These need to be interfaced because I forgot there's going to be buttons. Lucy just entered the sewing room and is trying to get my attention. But I forgot that there's going to be button holes on this and buttons. So I need to do some interfacing on this. And then it also needs to be turned under. So progress on that. Most of the progress went towards these pants because these have been on my list to finish forever. This I also kind of took a step back and I paused for a second because I could feel myself getting flustered. So what you're seeing is the liner. This is actually the outside. I attached the liner not 100% of the way because I'm still working on it, but I attached the liner to the front ends, and this under collar is on. Yeah, I believe that's the under collar. So what I didn't really think of on accident is I attached the collar before I attached the liner, so I'm going to have to go and seam rip this off so that way I can attach the collar at the neckline. Or I might just sew it, turn it under and sew it. I really haven't decided yet, but I was like, ugh, because I already did some seam ripping earlier, and I was like, you know what? Not really feeling like seam ripping right now because that's going to take a while. So yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is just do it, seam rip this off, reattach it later. That way it can get a nice clean liner look. Because, I'm not really following the instructions on this jacket, which, my mistake, I probably should have for at least the liner part. But, that's how you learn because you remember when you seam rip. And I will have to do some seam rip. But, the attachment of the collar is really nice. So I'm really proud of that, even though I'm about to have to rip it out. So yeah, that is really the progress on these looks. Okay, I wanted to pop on here really quick to end this video with an exciting announcement, I guess you could say, in a way. So I didn't finish as much as I thought I would, which, to be fair, sewing 7 garments, complex garments, some are simpler than others, I kind of knew I wouldn't finish completely, but I decided to extend my sewing marathon by 1 or 2 more days. I haven't decided. I guess it will depend on how much progress I get done, but I was feeling myself getting like frustrated and flustered with like and trying to rush it, and then it not turning out how I wanted to, and then seam ripping, and that's a whole nother thing, and doing this and that and that. So I was like, you know what, might as well extend it to 1 to 2 extra days. So I've got the pants pretty much done. The skirt is really close to done. The mustard jacket, probably the furthest from being done, and then the red jacket is the thirds furthest. That was a weird order to go in, but hopefully I'm just gonna kind of take it day by day after this point. I knew 100% I wanted to do at least 5 days of this sewing marathon, but now I'm getting to the end of the 5th day and I'm like, why am I rushing this so much? This is a self-imposed deadline that I don't really need to make it to. Why not extend it a couple of days? So with that being said, I will see you guys again tomorrow for day 6, possibly day 7. I guess it's going to depend on how much we get done on day 6, which I'm excited for, because towards the end of projects, I want to take my time, do all the little details, and not really rush them and kind of make them look meh. I want them to be really good, well homemade garments. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for day 6.